Hello, everybody. This is Earl Dixon, and I'm with
John Winston Smith.
And tonight, guys, we're here to share some information with you about the crowdfunding industry. Okay, the crowdfunding industry did $34 billion last year, and they're on target to do $300 billion by 2025. And we don't want you to be left out. We have a platform that we're currently enrolled in, and it's a platform that allows people to bring back money to the community. Okay, and Mr. Smith is right here. Mr. Smith is right here with me, and he's joined the platform right along with me. But let me give you some information, and then I'm gonna be talking to John. We're doing like a little interview. When we're doing a little interview right here. But let me give you some statistical information, so you'll know why it's so important that you embrace this project. Okay. Let me ask you a question, John.
Sure.
Crowdfunding, is crowdfunding something new?
No. Getting educated, I've learned that the pedestal for the Statue of Liberty was actually funded through crowdfunding, a form of crowdfunding, because the government at that time did not have funds to pay for the pedestal. They thought about sending the Statue of Liberty back to France.
That's right.
Because they didn't have that available, and people came together and funded it. So no, it's not a concept that's new in period, but definitely is not new in the United States.
Okay, so y'all heard it, right? So you heard, I mean, we received the gift from the French, and because we didn't have a pedestal to put it on, the American citizens came together and crowdfunded the money. So crowdfunding is nothing new, okay? But guys, let me tell you something. Last year, crowdfunding did $34 billion. Did you know that last year, John, did you know that crowdfunding had did $34 billion? If you didn't know, when did you find out?
Well, I learned recently, and actually through learning and you're introducing me to the crowdfunding as it is today, the information about the amount of money that moves through crowdfunding, you brought the $34 billion to my attention.
Awesome.
So yes, I'm recently enlightened in the area.
Awesome. Are you familiar with traditional crowdfunding like GoFundMe?
Oh, absolutely. And that's probably the last couple of years. Of course, learning about those techniques and tools. I'm not the most savvy person when it comes to IT, but it seems like I'm learning something every day in that regard.
Awesome.
So yeah, I've recently, last year and a half, couple of years, been familiar with the GoFundMe and those type of funding.
Have you ever done a GoFundMe campaign yourself?
You know, my daughter had a chance to go to South Africa, and at first I didn't want her to put a GoFundMe up for that trip. She did put one up, and so that was my first experience with a crowdfunding type of venture. She didn't raise a whole lot from that particular campaign. She still ended up going, had a great 4 months in South Africa as a student over there. But yeah, that was my first experience, and that was last year.
Okay, awesome. So guys, that was a viable means of helping her fund money for her trip. But let me tell you something about traditional crowdfunding, especially with GoFundMe. The way GoFundMe is set up, that's traditional crowdfunding. If you set up a campaign, let's say you want to build a room on your house, and you put that campaign out on social media, and it's up to you to share that to get exposure. So unless you're gonna go and put it on the radio or TV or something like that, you really got to make a conscious effort to put that campaign in front of people. And let me tell you something, if you don't reach your financial goal, guess what happens to the donations, guys? It goes back, okay? It goes back to the donors if you don't reach that financial goal, okay? Now, and you have to actually go out there and promote that campaign by yourself. So that's why we're here tonight. We're here to introduce you to something called cooperative crowdfunding. And cooperative crowdfunding is a cooperative. The word cooperative itself means a group of people coming together to accomplish a goal. A group of people come together and work together to accomplish a goal in common, okay? So let me give you an example. You ever heard the Black Panther movie, Jim?
Absolutely.
Did you ever go see it? Did you ever go see it?
I certainly did.
Oh, you did? Okay, so I went to see the Black Panther movie. Let's go back. A cooperative is a group of people who come together and work together to accomplish a common task, okay? Now, so we both went to see the Black Panther movie, so we came together and we worked toward what? The common task. And because we were in the community and in the cooperative, guess what? How much money the Black Panther movie crowdfunded? Because that was a campaign, whether you want to believe it or not. $1 billion in 60 days.
Wow.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
Now, the sad part, did you know that?
I knew it was. I heard that it was over $1 billion. You know, I didn't really didn't register that it was in 60 days.
60 days
Awesome.
They did $1 billion, guys. Yeah. Now the government has given, when it comes to crowdfunding, the government has given the power to the crowd. Okay, now that was one individual that was a platform that received $1 billion. But guess what? Guess what? It was probably a couple of movie stars who got maybe $1 million or maybe $1 million out of the actors. Maybe each star got $1 million. Let's just assume that they did. Okay. Okay. So out of $1 billion, if you had 10 stars, I'm just saying if you had 10 stars and each star got $1 million a piece, that would have been $10 million.
Right.
We raised $1 billion, John. How much is left?
Quite a bit.
$990 million
Yeah.
is left. So who got that money? Marvel.
Marvel Studios. Yeah.
Now, what if we was able to create our own crowd, in which we can, and we create a cooperative the same way, well, 100% of the donations came back to the people in the crowd.
It would be an awesome thing.
Awesome thing, awesome. Okay, well, guys, guess what? That platform is here. And it's called Cooperative Crowdfunding. And that platform allows you to come in, allows you to be able to come in and help the community first by you giving a donation, okay, to the person who introduced you to the platform called 50/50 Crowdfunding. You give a donation to the person who introduced you to the platform, and then you give another donation to help someone in the community. And because you gave, it shall be given back unto you. You get 6 donations. It's like going to the lottery, okay, and you put in $150 in a slot machine, and every time you pull that handle, it kicks out $450. Okay? Just
you know, and one of the things too, Earl, that I had a question about initially was the ethics, the legalities and the ethics of the venture. And you shared with me, and also researched myself, that this is part of the Jobs Act.
That's right.
That was passed by Congress when President Obama was in office, but it was bipartisan. From what I read about it, it was one of the very bipartisan as far as the approval. So you had an agreement among the legislatures that this was a way to stimulate jobs, to stimulate growth in the economy. So
that's amazing.
Some positive things from that.
That's amazing. And the reason what he's talking about is, okay, out of the $34 billion last year, let's deal with that for a second since he brought it up. Out of $34 billion last year, you got 3 market segments out there. You got peer-to-peer donation, you got peer-to-peer lending, and peer-to-peer lending did $25 billion out of the $34 billion. Then you have rewards and donation crowdfunding, which did $5.5 billion last year. And the last category is the one that he's talking about. It's a new kid on the block. That's equity crowdfunding. Some people say, well, what is equity crowdfunding? Well, first of all, they did $2.5 billion last year. Wow. Okay? And equity crowdfunding is where you can start like a Starbucks. Okay? And you're looking for what? Venture capital. So you go out there, you solicit donation, and those venture capitalists that invest in your business, you're going to give them a share of equity in your company in exchange for the capital that you need to get your business started. So when people say, is it a Ponzi scheme or if it's just one of them things, guys, no, it's not just one of those things. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a pyramid. It's crowdfunding, just like the Statue of Liberty. Okay? But the government, and all you teachers out there, I want you to know, the government has given the power to the crowds. One example, Mozilla. Did you know that you ever heard of Mozilla? Firefox?
Oh, yeah.
Web browser?
Yeah.
Did you know that recently that they crowdfunded $35 million in 30 seconds.
Didn't know that. Yeah. So, so the company Mozilla crowdfunded $35 million in 30 seconds.
Yeah, 35 million in 30 seconds. We're talking about a time we can talk. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 30. They crowdfunded $35 million in 30 seconds. So that's why we're here tonight, is to give you a short video on cooperative crowdfunding that will allow us to come together as a crowd. Okay? And every time you put in, you come in, go to the back office, you pay a $29 platform fee. That's number one. Okay? What did you do? What did you tell me what you did?
Well, I paid first I took a few days, asked a lot of questions, and made sure I felt good about it. Once I felt good that it was a move for me, because I don't want the same results I've always had. I believe that financial freedom is something that impedes a lot of people and makes the average everyday person really suffer a whole lot. So opportunities like this are great. So what I did is, once I felt comfortable with the program, I moved on it. I paid my $39. I'm sorry, $29, not quite 39. I paid my $29 to set up the franchise in the back office. I was well aware that was for 6 months. And then I was prepared at that point to go ahead and give 2 gifts. $75.
Donations?
2 donations, I'm sorry, I couldn't say gifts. Donations of $75 a piece. And I sent those 2 donations off within a 24-hour period. So.
Awesome. So now, as a result of him giving, it also puts him in a position now to receive. So he gave the 2 and is going to receive from 6. Okay? Now, what that means is he'll share it with 2 people the same way I shared it with him. They'll come back in. They're going to pay their platform fee. And the first thing they're going to do is send him $75. And another donation is going to go to the community. The next person he brings in is going to pay him $75. And the next donation is going to go to the community. At that point, he got $150. You can break even. So how quick can a person really do that if they're well connected and the people who really need money really get this assortment? How quick can a person do that?
They can do it pretty well. If you give good information, you educate people. I've already got somebody who's pretty knowledgeable about business, pretty savvy, who's sent me a text tonight that he's enrolling. So, I know this person, and it's going to happen because I know who that person is.
So if people take the ifs out of it, okay, if they go to Google and you look up, you go to Google, you type in Google Alerts. I want everybody to do this. Okay, because I want to take all the negative connotations out of this. I want you to go to Google, put in Google Alerts. I want you to put your Gmail account in. Then I want you to put in the keyword crowdfunding if you're out there. Okay? Remove all doubt. Okay? And then what you're going to start seeing, you're going to start getting articles to your Gmail account that validates that crowdfunding is a viable industry. Okay? If you had did this last year, you would have saw exactly where that $34 billion went to. You would have seen that the 5.5 billion, the 35 million that Mozilla raised, it was a part of that $34 billion last year. You would have seen that through an article through Google. Okay, now, how fast can a person come in and get this done? Instantly. You pay your $29 fee, and you refer 2 people to this platform that'll pay their $29, and they're $150. Okay? Yeah. And those.
I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt.
That's right.
On that one, on that note, you told me something about spillover. That's something I kind of wanted to observe and see. I have a notification on the back office I've set up that $75 is coming to me. The person is going to already been sent an email to, or I guess electronically, to donate to me.
Wow.
$75, and I haven't gotten anybody in yet. So that was impressive to me.
And did you know that person who's supposed to send you that donation?
Her name happens to be the same last name as me, but that's totally coincidence.
Oh.
Probably, she's a Smith, and we're all over the country.
But you never met her before?
I've never met her.
And she's supposed to send you a $75 donation?
I expect to receive that imminently.
All right, let me ask you a question. When you came in, you gave your first donation to me, and you sent a second donation to someone in the community. What was that gentleman's name?
His name was John. Just like mine, a great name. John, was it Solar? Soley. John Soley. I never met him before. From my understanding, the gentleman lives in in Las Vegas.
That's right. But on our platform, we had a chance to do a Zoom. He got a chance to reach out, talk to John solely, okay? And John was really happy about receiving that donation, okay? So guys, what I'm trying to tell you in a nutshell, our platform works. You come in, you pay a $29 fee, and you send out 2 donations, you're gonna receive 6 back, which means you're gonna get $450. Okay, as soon as that happens, what you do, you go back in your back office again. You don't have to pay the platform fee again because it's for 6 months. It's basically gonna run $1 million business for $5 a month. And then you simply send back in 2 donations all over again. Now, every person becomes an income stream for you. Okay? So every time you bring someone in, they make $450, they're gonna pay you $75. That's an income stream. So what if happens if they do that 10 times a month? 10 times $75. How much is that?
10 times 75 would be $750.
$750. What would $750 do for you a month if you was able to bring a person into this program and they were able to make that $4,500? Because 10 times 450, it was $4,500. But because you referred them to this platform, you actually gave them an in into this $34 billion industry. On top of it, become $300 billion. And because they make $4,500, you make $750. What would that do to your lifestyle if that was able to happen?
It would be a boost to the family budget.
What if it happened?
It would be a boost to the family budget.
And imagine doing that 10 times, guys. Imagine being able to invite people and be able to eradicate all of your bills. So, guys, this is what we got. It works. It's been tested. It's been tried. Okay? I will tell you that the government has given the power to the crowd. It's just simply up to you. Whether you're a fan of like a user of Mozilla who supported them, that crowd sent them $35 million in 30 seconds. Or if you're a fan of a movie like Black Panthers, and if you go there to Google and you start looking, musicians are crowdfunding a lot of money, okay, to finance their projects. And guess who else is doing it? People who are in the movie industry are crowdfunding a lot of money through crowdfunding. $300 billion industry. And guess what? You haven't got your share yet. Okay? John jumped in with me. Lady, without him even knowing a lady, she's already going to send him, she's supposed to send him a donation of $75 before he even bring anybody into the business. And we have people coming in to the donation crowd, to the 50-50 crowdfunding, who have received 5 and 6 donations even before they bring anybody in. That's over like a 70% return rate. In traditional crowd, in traditional multi-level marketing, what can you tell us about the number of people who normally get paid?
Well, it takes a while. I mean, I was in some companies that, because I'm a dreamer, and I just believe that businesses, I need to do something different. And so I had a dream. And a why, something I wanted to accomplish. So I was in some businesses. A lot of them were legitimate businesses. However, there was a lot of payment that went into the system initially. You were paying a lot for education and for training. I was in one company, I was paying $99 for a while in order to get education and training. And don't get me wrong, it's been beneficial because where I am now, a lot of the information I got from that I used. However, this is an opportunity for people to get a return and to get a quicker return on. And that's what people need. They need something that can affect their family budget,
right now,
their household right now, and not have to wait a long time.
And guys, and what he's saying is this: in traditional direct marketing, multi-level marketing, and this is not that because it's crowdfunding. 95% of the people don't make money. Only 5% do. With this crowdfunding platform that we have, over 70% of the people are receiving donations. Now, let me give you some statistics right here. A couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a group of people came in on a $250 level. 549 people in 14 days. Out of 549 people, 450 of them have received a donation. I want you to get this. Out of 450 receiving donations, only 118 had even shared this program with anyone, which means 332 people have received donations or more. 332 or more people have received donations, and they had literally done anything. I didn't anything. Okay, so that's the power of this platform. So tonight, we're not here to twist your arm. We're here just to introduce you to the crowdfunding industry. Like on Monday, you know, I got on Tuesday I received $1,000, okay, from the platform. On Wednesday, $700. Thursday, $700. Friday, I got about $600. And when you all at the football game, on Friday night, I got a $250 donation. If you would like to be able to receive money like that, I want you to either get back with me or get back with Mr. John right here. Now, I'm going to give you my information so we can give you, I know you don't get it all right now, but if you contact us, we will take you through, show you exactly what to do. You can reach Earl Dixon at 919-530-8022. Okay, and Mr. John, you want somebody to get you?
Yes, my name is John W. Smith. You can reach me at 919-702-3652.
Okay.
And folks, just listen. If you at least do your due diligence, at least research this and find out for yourself. I'm a person, and I know Mr. Dixon here. I've known him for a while. We don't want to be people that don't present things that have a real chance for you to benefit. We want to be people of integrity and do things the right way.
Awesome.
So this is an opportunity for you to join something that I believe can be very beneficial to you. Give it a shot.
Thank you. And for your teachers out there, I want to say this to you, okay? I'm a business owner. Been for the last 30 years. In business, just like the government. Our goal is to maximize profit, minimize cost. Your payroll is an expense to the federal government. They're never going to give you what you deserve. But remember this, the government has given you the power because it gave the power to the crowd. Who's the crowd? Teachers. In North Carolina alone, 15,000 teachers marched beginning of summer asking for a raise. You no longer have to ask for the raise because the power is in the what? Crowd. The power was in the crowd who went to see the Black Panther movie. The power was in the crowd that raised the money for Mozilla's new browser. Sierra Leone don't have a credit reporting system. They need a credit reporting system. And just recently, they raised $1.2 billion to start a credit reporting system because the power was in the what? Crowd. So teachers, you have to stop asking for a raise and simply start giving yourself a raise. You can call us to get started. Last thing I want to tell you, because you need to know why you need to come to this program. Last year alone, let me just give you an example. In this world that we're living in, I'm going to use one example: cell phones. Okay, we pay our cell phone bill every single day. In America, there's 325 million people in America. I want you to get this: out of 325 million people in America, 308 million 750,000 people have cell phones out of 325 million. Now make sure you get the statistics right. Out of 325 million people living in America, 308 million 750,000 have cell phones. Now, what day do you pay your phone bill on?
Mine is due on the 26th.
Mine is due on the 8th. So if you want to know the average number of people paying their cell phone bill, divide 308,750,000 by 30, it gives you 291,666 people a day.
I'll trust you on that one.
A day.
Yeah, that sounds about
a day. Go to your calculators after you see this video. 291,666 people make a cell phone payment every single day. Then I went to Google. That's alarming, ain't it?
It's alarming.
You think that's alarming? Watch this. Then I went to Google and asked Google what's the average cell phone bill. Google says $58. So if you multiply $58 times 10,291,666 people, guys, that's 596 million a day that we're sending. We're working our jobs, we get the paycheck, then we come home, we simply pay our bills, and we're sending 596 million outside of our crowds into the hands of the wealthy every single day. Guys, you multiply 596 million times 30, and that's $17 billion a month.
Wow.
Did you know that we were sending that kind of money outside our community?
I never really thought of it in that magnitude. I knew it was a lot of money going into bills, cell phones, but wow, that's a lot of money.
So all I'm trying to say to you, school teachers, anybody see this video, we have the ability to control the flow of money back into our communities. Cooperative crowdfunding is that platform. Okay, if you need to know more information, get back with Mr. John, get back with me, Earl Dixon. Stop simply working only to pay your bills. There are 40 million women in America living from paycheck to paycheck. Maria Shriver and Oprah Winfrey did a documentary, and they pinpointed 40 million women. So if you go to Google, go to YouTube, look at the Katrina Gilbert story, and if that looks like you need some extra money to get you started, get in touch with Mr. John and myself, and we'll see you, okay, at the top. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. John.
Thank you, sir.